I think we're frankly getting further away from what our founding fathers envisioned, and regret that deeply. And I think that I was glad that Gorsuch got the appointment as Supreme Court Justice, but the way it happened, I'm telling you, we're going to pay a price for that because we broke the 60-vote rule and went to 51 votes. History will tell you that the same party's not in the majority forever.
Right.
And so what we're doing is breaking down and making the Senate more like the House. But part of it is our fault because we can't sit down and work together. Look, there are many places where we work together in the Senate. Armed Services Committee, the senior Democrat and I are closest friends. We always work together. We always turn out a bill. There's islands of bipartisanship, but the entire environment is frankly not what it was when I first came to the Senate, and I am not one of those who looks back with rose-colored glasses.
Right. Well, I mean, I don't think anybody even paying cursory attention to what's going on could possibly find it in their heart to disagree with what you just said. I mean, again, I think it's one of the reasons we're sitting here right now is to try and go, what is all this that we're so passionately fighting about, and not, the whole thing about compromise being a dirty word. But you jumped to it, so I want to jump to it, this whole about the filibuster. What was the original intent of the filibuster? It's such an interesting pressure valve in my mind.
As you know, the original intent was all part of this two separate bodies, that the minority would have a significant input into legislation rather than just a majority vote as the House was. This goes into the saucer that cools the coffee. In other words, you can block it. We have 52 votes in the United States. Republicans have 52 votes today. We're not going to do healthcare reform, my friend, unless we get 8 Democrats someplace.
Right.
And already some of my colleagues, particularly the newer ones, are saying, well, we can't not have this pass, so maybe we ought to go to 51 votes. I'm telling you, if we do that, it would be one of the biggest mistakes we've ever made. As I said, I'm glad we did Gorsuch. I'm embarrassed for the institution the way we did it.
For the way it had to happen.